It doesn't.
Hi everyone, welcome back to UmattR TV. This is our episode. My name is Cassidy Gallegos. I go to Farmington High School. I love to read, run, and I get to work with dogs all the time. And this is...
Hi guys, my name is Beckstead. I'm a senior at Kirtland Central High School. I recently have been enjoying doing sports and being outside and doing things with my family.
Hi, I'm Monique. I'm also a senior at Kirtland Central. I like to play basketball, I play volleyball, and I run track and field. Recently, I have been into doing a lot of puzzles.
Nice. And I'm Matthew Farnsworth. I'm a senior at Farmington High School. I love tennis, and I love band, and I love computers. Computers are cool. And it makes me nerd out all the time.
So today we're going to be talking to you guys about some good decisions and how you will be making the good decisions.
Yes, so guys, I really think that making good decisions directly correlates to the friends you choose. So for me personally, you know, I've chosen friends that have the same morals and values as me, so I've never really had friends like ask me to like do drugs or drink alcohol and things like that. So I've been really blessed. I've also been really blessed with good friends during this quarantine where we haven't really been able to go out and hang out and see them. They've checked on me, you know, asked how I'm doing, like what's going on, what I've been up to. So I really do think that friends really help you make decisions in your life, and yeah.
Yeah, that's a good decision to make, having good friends in your life and positive influences.
And I'm just wondering, so like what would you say is the way to get good friends? How do you get good friends?
So one way that how I choose my friends is I kind of see like what their hobbies are. I also see like how they treat other people, and I also try to choose people that will make me a better person, and they want me to do my best and not to go lower than what I can achieve.
So like similar interests.
Yeah, like friends with similar interests and hobbies and stuff like that.
Yeah. So I know that I had a lot of bad friends my freshman year, my sophomore year. What would you say makes bad qualities in friends that you would like to avoid?
I think bad qualities in friends is them peer pressuring you into doing something you don't like. Like if you tell someone like no, like hey, I don't want to do this, and they keep pressuring you to keep doing something you really don't want to do, that's obviously not a good friend, because friends should respect what you say, and they should leave you alone if there's something you don't want to do.
So bottom line is respect.
Yes.
And
Nice.
I think a part of negative people is negative, or how they could affect your lives negatively. Like if they don't do their homework and just want to go hang out and do stuff all the time, and they want you to go when you have homework, I don't think it's good to just hang out with people who don't want to do as good as you do.
I agree.
So it's also good to make sure you know where your priorities are, especially when it comes to friends, because some people like to put themselves ahead of you in life, and that is not where you should stand. Nice. Okay, Monique, would you like to tell us about bullying?
Well, now, since we're all in quarantine and all at home, social media has become bigger, and that's where most kids are during their days when they're not really doing anything. And now I see a lot of people being very negative towards one another because they don't believe in what someone else believes in it. Like, it's okay to disagree with somebody. Like, you don't have to like the same things to be friends, but it's not okay to bring other people down because you don't agree with them. Does anyone have any experiences with that?
So I guess I have a question for you. So how would you react to if someone was like cyberbullying you? Like, do you just turn your phone off, or do you go ask an adult, or how would you react to that?
Well, first I'd tell my mom. Like, I know it's like kind of weird to just tell my mom, but my mom is the person who I talk to the most. Then I would actually unfollow the person and have them unfollow me, like remove them from my following, because I don't want to see negativity. I'm all about positivity here. And it's okay to be different. Like, she likes the color green, I like the color teal, and we're still friends. And Liam likes, what color do you like?
I like the color blue.
He likes blue, I like teal. We're still friends, even though we have a different color favor.
I like blue too, so.
Okay, see, we're all different in some way, but we're still friends.
Yep. And right now, I know there's a lot of things going on online, but it's okay to be different. We have to all respect each other's opinions in order to be friends. When it comes to people's personal beliefs, there is no exception for being rude to each other and bullying.
So have you ever seen a mosaic? So do you know what a mosaic is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, so you kind of have all those different tiny little tiles. They're all different shapes and sizes. Imagine if that mosaic was just all one thing. If it's just all red squares. How boring would that be?
Very boring.
Pretty boring.
And imagine if you had, let's say you had like little blue circles, and you had yellow triangles, and you had all these different things, and it made a scene with a bunch of different colors, a bunch of different shapes. That's kind of what we're like as people. Kind of, we're all different. No two people are the same. Even identical twins are different.
Like, unique in our own ways.
Yeah, everyone's unique. So there's really no point to be singling someone out for their differences, because we all have those differences, and that's
Yeah.
what makes us cool. That's what makes people awesome.
We all come from different backgrounds, and that's what makes the melting pot so great. That's what everything was founded on in the beginning, so I agree with you. Would you like to move us on to teamwork?
All right, well, kind of going with that same sentiment with teamwork, again, we're not the same. A lot of people think that a team would be a bunch of perfectly identical people working together. Teamwork is kind of putting aside our differences to go towards a common goal. So I'm in the band at FHS, and that's a pretty big team. There's a bunch of different instruments that all make different sounds. I play the drums. Some people play trumpets or tubas or flutes, tiny little flutes, and all sorts of different instruments. And we all come from different backgrounds, but when music starts, we're all working together. We put aside, we're not all best friends in a team, but we all decide that, you know what, we want to work together and make this happen. Any of you guys have cool teamwork experiences like that?
With basketball, actually, we're not all the same, because a guard could be like really tiny, then the posts are normally taller than everybody. And we're all different, but we still have one goal, and one goal is to win as a team.
Yeah, and it's also crazy to think that your family could be considered like a team also, because each of you guys in your family is different. Even though you're related by blood, you guys still have different personalities and different ideas you bring to the table and everything. So it's really important for you and your family to bring each other up, so you guys can love each other and create positivity from the negative you see around in the world. So you can kind of create a little safe haven inside your house. So it's important to work together so you can create that for yourselves.
And I know that with us, the UmattR team, if one of us gets down, it creates a ripple effect. You know, if Monique gets sad, then Liam is sad. And if Liam is sad, then Matthew and I are sad, right? So we all have to lift each other up, and it's all about being there for each other all the time.
And if we're all together, a team is always stronger, like a fist. Your fist will be very strong if it's all together, but once you take one finger out at a time, the weaker it gets. So we all need to work together to be stronger.
Beautiful way of putting that. So the next thing I would like to bring up is drugs and alcohol, which is a little bit more serious. We see drugs, vaping, alcohol in school, we see it at home, we see it in our community, and needless to say, it usually doesn't have a very positive impact on everybody, right? I know from personal experience that my family has had a lot of trouble with alcohol. I've seen family members go to rehab for drug addictions. I actually had one family member pass away this year, which was really tough for my mom as they grew up together. And even I was impacted by that because I grew up thinking that it was okay. I did it when I was early in high school, and now I reflect on that a lot because it really changed the way I saw myself. I saw myself in a very negative way, and it just didn't put out a positive effect on me, my family, my friends. And a lot of it was because I did not make good friend choices. I did not make the right decisions when choosing friend groups, and eventually I did cut those people off, and now I'm friends with people that are in this room with me. So what I'm getting at is it's okay to ask for help and know that you need it. For me, I was able to go to my mom because she's amazing, and I know that option isn't there for maybe some of you or anyone watching, but anyone, your friends, your family, people at school, teachers, counselors, they're all there for you all the time.
And I had a friend who was actually addicted to drugs. Like during high school, he was older than me, and I was the only positive influence in his life, but he had way more negative influences that he didn't listen to me. He was always very rude and moody, and I just don't think it's okay to just like not want help.
Shrug off help?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, did he ever end up finding the help?
No, he's still kind of off. I haven't talked to him because I really didn't need that in my life.
Yeah.
Because it was just not okay. And he ended up not being able to graduate. He would have graduated this May, but he didn't end up graduating.
Yeah.
So Cassidy, so like going kind of back to that is like a lot of the ways that people get over that is through help, right? What other choices can you make to get over things like that?
I think, so my aunt who passed away this year, she had a really bad issue with it, and her whole family was always there for her all the time. And then eventually they said, we're not going to help you anymore because she would not accept the help. So it's important to stay strong. If someone you know is affected, you can't let their addiction get to you as well. Helping them is so important, and letting them know that you're there for them, but it's also important to take care of yourself. And that is what my advice would be, is always, it's not selfish always to put yourself first in those situations, for sure.
It doesn't make you any weaker. It doesn't make you weak. It doesn't make you...
It doesn't make you less supportive.
And if you're accepting help doesn't make you like a lesser person. I mean, it does the opposite. You're getting helped and you're being lifted up.
So another piece of advice that my parents always told me was that, like, before those situations ever came up, like a friend asking you to vape or Juul or do anything like that, was to come up with like to say no before that ever happens. Like, you make that decision early on in your life to say no, so that any time that decision, or you ever get asked that, you already know your decision, you already know your stance on that, and you've been practicing saying no for so long that whenever someone ever asks you that, you can say no with no hesitation, and you can stay firm in your decision.
I agree.
And I had a couple family members that I looked up to when I was younger. They have actually had addiction still today, and they've been in and out of jails and prisons, and they still are. And I decided to myself that I wasn't going to get involved in any of that because I want a better life for myself and for the people around me, because my grandparents are stressed, my whole family was stressed because of them, and I don't want to cause even more stress.
Definitely having people in your life to even set maybe that example for you is very influential, especially in your position. One thing I would also like to bring up is that when I was afflicted with those friends, they weren't very cool people. Well, it's true. I looked up to them. I thought they were super cool, but realizing now, they only had themselves to look out for, right? And I think the main thing is that you don't have to be cool. You don't have to do drugs to be cool. Doing drugs is just something that is irrelevant to your
do that
persona.
Instead of being cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, there's,
Doing it to fit in.
yeah, it's like, I don't know, if you ask someone like, oh, what do you like to do with your life? And if the only thing they say is, "Oh, I like doing drugs." That's not
It's not gonna
cool
go
at all.
anywhere.
It's not a part of your personality
Yeah,
either.
it's not a part of who you are. It doesn't
Yeah,
contribute at all.
yeah. And I personally, I think we're pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
Definitely the coolest.
Yeah.
And so also to kind of piggyback on what Cassidy said, I know that it's hard to be like alone, to say no to your friends, and to not fit in with them and be cool. But just know that once you say no, you'll feel better, and then that there's like other people around you that have also said no, and then they might be feeling alone. So you'll find those people in your life that have said no, and that you guys will be friends, and you guys can make good decisions together and uplift each other.
And back to the good friendships.
If your friends are peer pressuring you to do drugs and alcohol and vape, they are not your friends at all.
Nope.
They don't have your best interests at heart.
And friends will always support you 100% in a great way.
I agree.
And you guys are a team.
Teamwork.
Teamwork makes the dream work, baby.
Makes the dream work. Yes, exactly. Anything else to add?
No, I think
I
I'm
think
good.
that's it.
I think we have it all covered, everybody. So one thing I would like to remind everyone is to follow us on our Instagram. We have a UmattR website where we post blogs and our UmattR TV videos, and we will always be there for you all the time, 24/7. So if you need to reach out, someone will respond to you instantly. Thank you, everyone, and
Bye.
bye.